Hello and happy Friday. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Hoops Talk. I'm your host, Mike DuPont. Thanks for tuning in however you might be following along. Feel free to check the comments below for additional links to other accounts. Today is Friday, January the 10th. Let's just go ahead and dive right into it. This evening, we've got a national doubleheader tonight on ESPN. Also, 4 out of 5 teams from the Southwest Division 4 out of 5 teams from the Southwest Division are in action. The Pelicans will take on the Knicks in the first half of that ESPN doubleheader. That's going to be a 6:15 tip on ESPN. Also in action, the San Antonio Spurs will be taking on the Memphis Grizzlies tonight at 7 p.m. That'll be 2 Southwest Division teams in action. That won't be a national TV tip, but if you are local, you will be able to catch it either in Memphis or San Antonio. Also in action tonight, locally, a little local flavor, the Dallas Mavericks will take on the Los Angeles Lakers from the American Airlines Center. That's got an 8:45 tip. But obviously, if that first game goes into extended minutes, extended overtime, that Lakers-Mavericks game will have a later tip, but it's projected to start at 8:45 on ESPN. The last time these two teams met, the Lakers picked up a 108-95 victory on December 29th. That was 2019. Luka Doncic had a bit of a rough night for the Mavericks that night. He went 0 for 6 from the three-point line, 0 for 6 from the Traysky. He finished with 19 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Worth noting, Kristaps Porzingis, Anthony Davis, LeBron James all played in that contest. All 3 of those names that I just mentioned are listed as day-to-day on the current injury report that is out for both the Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers. So not sure yet heading into tonight's matchup whether we will get a chance to see Anthony Davis, LeBron James, or Kristaps Porzingis. So that's something worth noting. Also for the Mavericks, it is night 1 of a back-to-back. They will host the Philadelphia 76ers tomorrow night at 7:30. So they've got 2 games in 3 days this weekend. They've got action here on Friday night against the Lakers. That'll be a 8:45 tip on ESPN, and then they've got the Sixers tomorrow night, also hosting them at the American Airlines Center. So a bit of a stretch here for the Mavericks. Get to test the character, the resiliency, a little bit of the resolve of the Mavericks. We'll see how they perform with or without Kristaps Porzingis. Not in action today. Again, I did mention that 4 of the 5 teams were playing, and we just went through the Pelicans, the Spurs, the Grizzlies, and the Mavericks. So one team missing. The Houston Rockets do have the day off after taking a molly-whopping last night at the hands of the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, it was just a pure shellacking. The Houston Rockets were nearly down 20 points just 12 minutes into the game, if not for a last-second heroic 3-point effort by Ben McLemore to bring the game within 16 points, I believe, after just 12 minutes. The Houston Rockets did end up losing that. They are back in action on Saturday. They have an early tip, a 4 o'clock tip. They'll take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. So that does it for our Southwest, our Texas Triangle report, with a little bit of additional Southwest flavor for the Memphis Grizzlies. For everybody out there, we hope you have a great weekend. Be safe. Enjoy your playoff action in other sports across the networks. Again, be safe. Have a great weekend. Be blessed.